What's going on, strikers? Hope you're all doing all right. This video is going to be different from my other videos, so sit tight and enjoy. Why do you lag in BLOODSTRIKE? It's a question that's been haunting every player who loves this game but can't stand what it's become. Today, we're diving deep into the frustration, the heartbreak, and the sheer madness of what used to be an amazing game. But now, it's barely playable. Buckle up, because we're going to unpack every single detail of how BLOODSTRIKE went from smooth and thrilling to frustrating and unplayable. The glory days of optimization. There was a time when BLOODSTRIKE felt like magic. Back in the day, when the devs actually cared about optimization, I could crank up the graphics to the highest settings, max out the resolution, and still enjoy a silky smooth 60 FPS. No lag, no stutters, just pure adrenaline-fueled gameplay. It felt like the game was made for us, the players. Do you remember how responsive everything was? How every shot landed where it was supposed to, and every movement felt crisp and accurate? Those were the days when BLOODSTRIKE truly lived up to its potential. It was a game built for the community, for the people who lived and breathed competition. But now, even on the lowest settings, I'm struggling to hit 40 FPS. My once reliable phone, paired with a cooler and multiple fans aimed directly at it, still overheats. And let's not even get started on the stutters. It feels like every intense moment is ruined by the game itself. What happened to the BLOODSTRIKE we all fell in love with? The decline began when the developers lost their way. They stopped focusing on optimization and started chasing trends. Remember when the game was about skill, strategy, and performance? Now it feels like a glorified casino. At one point, there were more than 10 stashes in the game. 10. And let's be honest, stashes are just gambling for guns. It's as if the devs said, forget about gameplay. Let's milk the players dry with cosmetics and flashy gimmicks. And the worst part? It worked. For a while. Until we started to notice the cracks. It wasn't just the stashes. It was the endless updates, each one bringing more unnecessary features while ignoring the core problems. Every time a new skin dropped or a new event was introduced, the game got heavier, and our devices, they paid the price. Lag isn't just an annoyance in BLOODSTRIKE, it's a death sentence. How many times have you lined up the perfect shot, only for your game to stutter, freeze, or drop frames? It's infuriating. And what's the excuse? More skins. More unnecessary features. Speaking of unnecessary features, let's talk about the yearly wrap. Who asked for this? Sure, it was cool for the first 10 minutes, but after that, it became just another thing to slow down the game. Instead of focusing on what really matters, the devs keep adding weight to an already sinking ship. Every match feels like a gamble, not because of your skill, but because you're fighting against the game itself. Will it freeze? Will your FPS drop at the worst possible moment? It's a nightmare, and it's one we're all tired of living. Let me tell you, it's not just about lag, it's about trust. BLOODSTRIKE was a game we trusted, a game we believed in. We invested time, energy, and sometimes even money because we thought it was worth it. But now, it feels like the devs have turned their backs on us. I can't even count how many times my phone has overheated during a match. I've got a cooler, multiple fans pointed at me, and still, it's not enough. That's how bad it's gotten. And every time I try to push through, I ask myself, is it even worth it anymore? So what can the developers do to fix this mess? Here are a few suggestions. First, stop adding unnecessary features. Nobody needs another stash or another gimmick. What we need is a game that runs smoothly. Focus on optimization, make it a priority. Optimize textures and models for performance. Allow players more customization in graphics settings. Test updates thoroughly before release. And here's a tip for the devs. Listen to your community. We're not asking for much. We just want a game that works. And for heaven's sake, stop prioritizing flashy features over basic functionality. The community is speaking loud and clear. Now it's up to the devs to decide if they're going to listen. Now, for my fellow players who are still trying to make the best of this situation, here are a few things you can do to optimize your performance. Lower your resolution and graphics settings to the bare minimum. Close all background apps before launching the game. Use a phone cooler or play in a well-ventilated area. Clear your device's cache regularly. These tips won't fix everything, but they might help you squeeze out a few extra frames. And trust me, every frame counts when you're trying to survive in BloodStrike. To the developers, we're not your enemies. We're your biggest fans. But you've got to meet us halfway. BloodStrike has so much potential, but it's being buried under unnecessary bloat. If you really care about this game, prove it. Prioritize performance, test your updates, listen to the players who've been with you from the start. This isn't just a game, it's a community. And right now, that community is hurting. But it's not too late to turn things around. BloodStrike was a game that had so much potential. But somewhere along the way, the developers lost sight of what made it special. It's not too late to turn things around, but they need to act fast. To the devs, we're not here to buy skins or gamble for guns. We're here to play, fix the lag, fix the game. And to my fellow players, let's make our voices heard. Share this video, leave your thoughts in the comments, and let's remind the devs what this game is truly about. Together, we can bring BloodStrike back to its former glory. Want to know why everyone stopped playing Deserted Valley in BloodStrike? Check this video out.